Hi. If you're anything like me, you usually cook and bake the same things over and over. You have like your favorites, your weekly favorites. I like to mix things up and try things that I've never done before, things I've never baked, things I've never cooked. When my kids were little, I feel sorry for them because I just used to cook that stuff in a box and I gave them like GMOs. Sorry. Today, I thought I would try making pita bread because I made some chicken souvlaki yesterday on the grill and it was so delicious. I have a ton left over and I thought, why don't I try some pita bread today, and that will be an easy dinner because it's already made, right? I am using Parisi. I hope I'm saying his name right. I watch his videos on YouTube. I'm using a variation of his recipe for pita bread. I'm gonna half it too because there's only 2 of us here and I don't need 14 slices of pita bread. I really hope this turns out and I get those fluffy, pillowy pockets of air. Come follow me to my tiny kitchen. I already went ahead and prepped everything and I will link all the specific ingredients in the description below. You're gonna wanna use a stand mixer for this. You could go ahead and knead your dough by hand, but it's gonna take a little longer. And if you have a stand mixer, I just recommend that you use it. And the first thing we're gonna do is activate our yeast. I'm just using a half packet of yeast, and again, I'll put the specific measurements below. You also want your water to be between 110 and 115 degrees because my bowl, it's metal, so it stays a little cool in here because the air is on right now. But you don't want your water to be too hot because it will kill the yeast. If you can put your finger in the water and it feels like bath water, you're good to go. Okay, so we're gonna add our yeast. Add some honey, or you could just use regular sugar if you'd like. We're just gonna pour in our water. Give that a little stir and wait for it to activate. We'll go ahead and get our flour mixture ready now. To my bowl, I'm going to add, this is bread flour, and then I'm gonna use a little bit of whole wheat flour because it just gives your pita a nice nutty taste. To that, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt. This is pink sea salt. Just whisk this up together so it's all incorporated. The yeast is nice and bubbly and good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and add a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Now that our yeast is activated. Add your hook attachment. Make sure it's on there good. Just gonna pour in a little bit of this flour right now. About half to start out with. I would just turn this puppy on low because if you turn it high, you're gonna have a mess to clean up. At this stage, I add my flour in increments because you want your dough to be a little bit sticky. You may not need all of the flour. When the dough begins to pull away from the sides of the bowl, stop adding flour. I didn't add all my flour because I want this to be a little sticky, so that's why I was adding it a little at a time. I'm just gonna go ahead and knead this for about 5 to 7 more minutes. I think we have the right consistency. This has been kneading for about 10 minutes. Yep, looks perfect. It's a little sticky, just like you want it. Just like I want it. Perfect. I'm just gonna put a little olive oil in this bowl, just so it doesn't stick. Put some on here. I've lost my mind at this point. leftovers around here somewhere. I'm gonna let this hang out in my microwave where it's nice and warm. I turn my stove light on and it keeps it nice and warm in there. So you want it to double in size, so anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours, and check it and we should be good to go. I'll check back with you guys in a couple hours. You can see the dough's doubled in size. I'm gonna punch it down, divide it, and roll it out. Now I got them rolled into somewhat equal portions. So I'm gonna flour up my surface, roll these out, but while I'm rolling them out, I'm gonna keep these covered with a towel. You want to roll this out so it's about 1/8 of an inch thick, and it doesn't have to be perfectly circular. You kind of want it an oval shape, like an egg. Okay, I have them all rolled out, and now I'm just going to cover them with a towel and let them rest for another 30 minutes. Full disclosure, I'm getting so excited to make these, and I hope they puff when I make them. Preheat a cast iron skillet on medium heat. Cook about a minute per side or until it begins to puff. We have puff. It literally puffed. Now I'm excited to see what's in the middle. See what it tastes like. It tastes like a pita. Now I'm gonna make my leftover chicken souvlaki sandwich. Souvlaki? I don't know. I'm ready to eat this. I don't think there's any clean way to eat this. Tastes good even with that hair in there. I filled the pita with my leftover souvlaki from yesterday. It's so good. And then I threw some tomatoes, some cucumber, and some hummus in there, and some red onion. Ugh, perfect bite. I hope you make these. They're really good. Don't forget to visit thekitchenprescription.com for more recipes. See you soon.